Well, indeed. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Well, let's get down to business now with Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. Joins us from our Beacon Hill studio. Cosmo, I've got to ask you, first of all, did you lose power?
Did not lose power, Mark. I escaped that. I'll be cleaning up some tree branches this weekend down on our little getaway in the South Shore, but I feel lucky. I feel
Very
lucky.
good.
Having all those people who are without power, yourself included.
Exactly right. I was 3-4 days, perhaps. All right, let's talk about what we did during those days. You know, played a lot of board games and such, but we went out to eat. So a lot of the businesses I talked to when I was out getting dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever it was, said they were doing great business because so many people had to get out and had to get a meal. Yeah,
you know, if you're home and you got no power, you want to do something, you want to go somewhere where there's power, where there's food, where there's refrigeration. That could be a restaurant. In many cases, it was like a Starbucks, a gathering place where there was Wi-Fi and hot coffee, Dunkin' Donuts. They did really well, and they kind of served as sort of an important place in the community, in the neighborhood, for people to go who needed to get out of the house because they were without power. That's good for their business.
Let's talk more about that because some of those businesses actually capitalized by doing some good PR, I thought. Dunkin' Donuts, you mentioned earlier, they said, come on down, we're going to have free coffee between these hours. Also, Boston Sports Club said, come on down, you can use the shower facilities, you can work out, you can charge your electronics.
Yeah, it's a smart move. I'm kind of a PR guy, so I like good PR. And, you know, in that case, you're serving a role, you're helping the community, you're serving your customers, but you're also doing something good at people's time of need. It's the best time to do it.
And home improvement stores. I got to think the Home Depots, the Lowe's of the world, the local hardware store in your neighborhood did well during this. In the lead up and then following this.
Yeah, Mark, when it comes down to retail, and that's where the impact really was here from Irene, necessities did really well. If you're selling necessities in the lead up to the storm, things to prepare, flashlights, batteries, Home Depot and Lowe's both sent out 1,000 additional truckloats of that stuff before the storm. Unessential items, even like clothing, for instance, not a good weekend for clothing shopping. Stores like TJ Maxx and others didn't do so well during the storm weekend.
Also the supermarkets. Some supermarkets had to close, and certainly you got food you got to get rid of at that point.
Yeah, it's an up and down for them. Certainly, again, you're stocking up on stuff. You're going to the supermarket in advance of the storm. Problem is, some of those markets are without power, and the profit margins in the grocery industry are very small, 1 or 2%. Any food loss goes right to the bottom line in a bad way, so they're coping with that. They also had to absorb the extra cost of bringing in refrigeration trucks and things like that.
No doubt about it. But, hey, every day we're getting more power back on. They're getting back in business. We're talking business with you. Cosmo Macero, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, Mark. Thank you.
Shannon?